Hello, ArchieLuxury, ArchieLuxury channel, and today I'm answering the big question. The big question is, at what age should you buy your first Rolex? What age should you buy your first Rolex? What age should you get a Rolex? Let me tell you this. I think the perfect age is 25. 25. Well, let me explain. If you are not the studious type, well, you should get one earlier. That's right. Once you finish high school and land that job, you should buy yourself a Steel Sports Rolex. Steel Sports Rolex. Now, I highly advise buy used. Go to a reputable used watch dealer. Tell him what you want. Pay a little bit more for the model you want and get the best condition one you can get and be happy. Keep it for life. If you are somebody who's going to college, then university, well, you have to wait until you finish your study, which you should be done by 25 years old. Get yourself a Steel Sports Rolex. It is the key to your success. Now, let me tell you this. No matter where you are in the world, if you get yourself into trouble, you can always barter, trade, swap this watch for a ticket home. That's right. A Rolex is international currency. If you're stuck somewhere and you got to bribe the police, you're in Africa, you got to bribe to get out of there alive, give them your Rolex. This is currency. You want Steel Sports Rolex. That's what you want. This is international currency. This will be what you need to set yourself up for the international man that you are. So, I really recommend by 25, you should have a Steel Sports Rolex. Steel Sports Rolex. Okay, you could have a steel Datejust. That's okay, but Steel Sports is better. Preferably with another function like a diver or a GMT function. You know what I mean? That's a cool piece of currency to have. Because by the time you're 25, you need something on your wrist. You're a professional. Now, it doesn't matter that, you know, you may not have this suit that is perfectly tailored and the clothes may not be perfect, but you could have a nice watch. It'll last you. The cost per wear, very, very fair. So I would highly recommend by the age of 25, every man should have a Rolex. Rolex. That's what every man should have. He should have a Rolex on his wrist. That's right. Wristwatch, check. Wristwatch. Every man needs a Rolex. Now, the thing is, should he get multiple? Well, just back the truck up. Back the truck up. Rolex is a great brand. It's, in my opinion, a little bit boring, but every man must have one Rolex. Every man needs a Rolex. If you are traveling, you get into trouble, it's currency. International currency will always get you out of trouble. You could hire a good lawyer with a Rolex as the swap, you know. So it'll always get you home safely. So I can't stress that enough. Is it okay? The next question is it okay to trade it, to swap and, you know, upgrade? I would say to you, just try and keep it. Just try and keep the Rolex. You've always got to have one Rolex. So I think, you know, like the question could be asked, if you had an Explorer 1, could you trade, say, and get an Explorer 2 or a GMT or a sub? Yeah, that's okay. That is quite okay, because men folk, I know you sometimes make a mistake and you're not quite sure which one is perfect, but try and limit that. I actually did have a Rolex Explorer 1, the 36mm 1016 Explorer 1. I got it at 18, and I gotta tell you, I did get rid of it. I got it in 1990, and I got rid of it in 1997, and I got a president. I wanted a president, and the money from the presidents went into living expenses. I long time sold it, and then I got an Explorer 2. This is not the original Explorer 2. I've had about half a dozen of these buggers, half a dozen. So it's a little bit silly. I wish I still had that 1016 Explorer 1, but you know, that's just how life is. I gotta say to you, at the time I got the Explorer 1, if I would have had enough money to buy what I really want, I would have got a Explorer 2. That's why the Explorer 2 has kind of been very, very cool, important to me. And it's funny because now the GMTs are super, super hot. The Explorer is a little bit doggy. It's sort of the least popular Rolex sports watch. But hey, in the 90s, it was the GMTs were dogs. So swings and roundabouts. I love my Explorer 2. It's always one that I loved. I actually love the steel fixed bezel. That's what I love, the steel fixed bezel. And I gotta tell you, I think it's a perfect watch. You can keep that for life. The GMT function or a diver, that's always useful. You can use that for traveling. It's just, you can use it for, you know, sports Rolex is so cool. Would I get a Daytona? They're very cool, very hard to get. I gotta tell you, I think at a young age, 25, you know, you really don't want to put, I mean, a Daytona is a lot more than an Explorer. I reckon you probably need that money for your house deposit and a decent automobile. So, although it's very good at 25, get a Rolex, steel sports Rolex. Yes, that is a good idea. I don't know whether I would say to you, you must, I don't think I would say you must, you know, get multiple. Just get it, enjoy it, love it, savor it. It gives you a bit of class because no matter where you go, job interviews, work, it's just a stylish, beautiful thing to have. And Rolex, as I said, you get your currency, get you out of trouble. They're waterproof, so, you know, it's not going to go bad. It's got really nice movement in it. It's something you can keep for life. I love it. I love my Rolex. Would I get other brands? Well, you know, some people love Rolex. Rolex is amazing for resale value, retained value. They're really cool pieces. But get one. Every man needs a Rolex. Now, you could have multiple. Sometimes you trade in and trade out. But to me, that is the keeper Rolex. It's always cool to have, no matter what happens. I love my Rolex Explorer 2. I've loved it ever since I got my first Explorer 2. When did I get that? That was late 90s. It was a Holes case with not even a flip lock. It was the standard oyster bracelet. This is probably the better version. Yeah, it's a nicer version. Yeah, I love it to death. It's a very cool piece. But every man has one. Now, if you have to, at 25, is it okay to use credit card to get one? I will give you a one-time exemption. It's okay to put your Rolex on a credit card. Yes, I know it's financially irresponsible. Dave Ramsey will have a fit by saying this, but one Rolex, it's a keeper for life. The cost per wear is very low. It's your international passport to being a man. International passport. So, yes, that is the one time I will let you use your credit card. I'm Paul Pluter. This has been a presentation for the Archie Luxury channel. Tell me what you guys think of that.